At a house party. I only went to the bathroom. When I came back, my girlfriend was in her first love's arms. She had a towel on. But barely. Everyone waited for me to explode. I just opened the bedroom door and said, "Too many people outside. Stay in here." Sulyunyan smiled. Yuchu slipped in the shower. It wasn't proper for others to help. Besides, I used to carry her a lot. I know how she likes to be held. I gave a small smile. Left drawer. First one. Condoms are inside. And today isn't her safe day. So go ahead, enjoy. The moment she heard that, Shen Yuchu frowned. Sushisho. Are you done? How many times have I said it? Liunyan and I are just friends now. We broke up years ago. She went on. Your girlfriend fell. Liunyan helped you. Shouldn't you thank him? Su Liunyan smirked. No need. I was happy to help. My girlfriend slipped in the shower. Her ex carried her out. And I should thank him. What kind of logic is that? And those old classmates thought I should apologize. I really wanted to ask if their lover was carried from the bathroom by someone else. How would they feel? In the past, I would have yelled at everyone. Then the party would have fallen apart. After that, Yuchu would say I disappointed her. That I ruined the mood. That I didn't trust her. Then she'd trash the whole house. And freeze me out. She'd even make sure I knew. She went out with Sulyunyan again. Until I broke first. And begged like a dog. Even if I had to kneel, I still had to wait for her to calm down. Maybe from the start. We were never equal. Back in college, she was the girl everyone noticed. I was just a nerd buried in books. People sent her flowers every day. Confessions came in every form. Even a rich boss off campus sent a whole truck of roses. But she said roses without love had no warmth. She didn't want them, and me back then. Classmates and roommates shut me out. Some even bullied me. I fell into depression. I sat alone on the rooftop. More than once, I wanted to jump. She was the one who came. She said high places were for views, not for endings. Sushisho, don't jump. I'll watch the view with you. The wind lifted her hair. Sunset fell across her face. She became my light. Later, we got together. Everyone envied me. But behind my back, they said I didn't deserve her. Her admirers never stopped. So I stayed anxious. Every minute. I feared someone would take her. So I gave her everything. I tried hard to make her see me. I shared my whole life with her. But later, she only replied coldly. Sometimes, not even one word. Still, I never gave up. I kept loving everything about her. I thought I was nothing without her. I got used to begging. She got used to looking down on me. Sushisho, are you mute? Seeing me stay silent. Shen Yuchu snapped. Even now, she still thought she did nothing wrong. I looked at her calmly. Then sat on the sofa. If me staying here gets in your way, I can leave. So now you're ruining the mood again. She frowned. Still not taking it seriously. Then I won't leave. I'll stay. I pick up my tablet. And check my proposal. Meanwhile, Shen Yuchu and Sulyunyan really went into my bedroom. The moment the door closed, all eyes turned to me again. They looked more excited than I was. Waiting for drama. Should I buy myself a green hat to satisfy your weird hobby? I smiled at them. Just then, Sulyunyan came out, face dark. But when he saw me, he smiled again. Don't be so cold. I only wanted to help her change. If you love someone, be persistent. Keep trying, bro. I nodded at him. I could see it clearly. Sulyunyan had always wanted to take Yuchu from me. So he provoked me every chance he got. Once I lost control, he'd act pitiful in front of Yuchu, saying I bullied him, and me, every time Yuchu scolded me. But I suddenly realized, the proposal on my tablet was far more interesting than these cheap games. Sulyunyan got no reaction. His face turned worse. He said bitterly, after all these years, Yuchu still has a great body. Just like back in college. If you miss it that much, go back in and relive it. I smiled at him. He froze right there, unable to answer. If Yuchu had really allowed it, why would he come out so bitter? Clearly, she kicked him out. Not long after, Shen Yuchu came out in a white dress. She had no makeup on, but still looked stunning. If you're that busy, go to the study. Seeing me stare at my tablet, Yuchu lost her temper again. As you wish. I stood and headed there. Sushisho, will you ever stop? Shen Yuchu exploded. She shouted at me. Didn't you tell me to go? I stood by the study door, looking at her calmly. Knowing me, she should have seen it. I really wasn't angry. Maybe I saw wrong. But something suddenly flashed in Shen Yuchu's eyes. Panic. Then stay, drink with us. She pointed at a chair. After that, she sat down. Her best friend sat on her right. The seat for me was on her left. Sul Yunyan spoke at once. If he sits there, where do I sit? Shen Yuchu paused. She looked at me. Then at Sul Yunyan. She actually hesitated. Before, she never would've. She would have let Sul Yunyan sit beside her. Anyone who didn't know would think they were together. But now, she paused. Sul Yunyan is a guest. He can sit wherever he likes. I smiled as I said it. Then I picked a seat and sat down. After that, we drank and played games. The game was passing cards by mouth. Sul Yunyan dropped the card on purpose. Shen Yuchu looked at me, face pale. Being cheated on right in front of you. Who could take that? But why did I feel nothing? So that was it. I didn't love her anymore. But silence was still wrong. They'd think I was sulking. Beside me sat Yuchu's best friend, Lu Xiaoman. She was beautiful too. Just more seductive. And now, she blamed me. Saying I was petty. She seemed close to Sul Yunyan. Ever since Sul Yunyan came back from out of town, she had been pushing him toward Yuchu. Su Shisho, you were petty before. And you're still petty now. Have you grown up at all? Yuchu and Yunyan are just friends. A kiss won't make anyone pregnant. It's nothing. If it were me, I wouldn't care. Lu Xiaoman kept lecturing me. It was always like this. Whenever Yuchu and I fought, her friends took turns messing with my head. Xiaoman, are we friends too? I asked. She froze, then nodded. We've known each other for years. Of course we're friends. I suddenly leaned in. My left hand held the back of her head. Pulled her close and kissed her. Yuchu and Yunyan only brushed lips earlier. But I kissed Xiaoman longer. I even bit her lip lightly. She shoved me away. Her eyes turned red. Everyone there went silent. No one expected someone like me to do that. Su Shisho, are you crazy? Lu Xiaoman stared in disbelief. I smiled at her. We're friends, right? Friends for years. A kiss won't make anyone pregnant. Didn't you say you wouldn't care? Before she could answer, pain shot through my head. I turned and saw Yuchu holding a wine bottle. So she hit me. Good thing she wasn't strong, or my skull would have split. What now? I looked at her, genuinely confused. Yuchu pointed at me, then Xiaoman, and said through her teeth, what are you doing? Friends kissing is nothing, right? I asked back. Su Shisho, you're so childish. To get back at me, you kissed Xiaoman. Yuchu snapped at me. I looked at her, speechless. But didn't you and Liunyan kiss too? Xiaoman said it herself. Friends kissing won't make anyone pregnant. Sul Yunyan, that's not the same. You and Yuchu didn't do it on purpose. He clearly did. Exactly. You're way too petty. Are you even a man? You don't deserve Yuchu. Her friends aimed at me again, blaming me nonstop. I didn't get it. It was the same kiss. When they did it, no one blamed them. But when I did it, I was wrong. What, am I not human too? I said, please, don't be so double standard. It's getting boring. Everyone went speechless. They had ignored their conscience and pressured me countless times. But once I fought back with logic, they couldn't take one hit. Yuchu stared at me for a long time. Her eyes turned red. Holding back tears, she said, Su Shisho, you disappoint me. Then she dragged Sul Yunyan out. When they reached the door, she saw I didn't follow, and looked at me in disbelief. I'm not coming home tonight. I'll stay at Sul Yunyan's, she said. I nodded. You all drank tonight. Remember to call a driver. At my reaction, panic flashed in Yuchu's eyes again. But she was too proud. How could she back down? So she opened the door, dragged Sul Yunyan out and left. Sul Yunyan even looked back and smiled. Like he had already won. If I still cared, he did win, but I didn't care anymore. The others left one by one. In the end, Lu Xiaoman stayed. She sat on the sofa, her long legs under that short skirt, looking hard to ignore. Then she said, Su Shisho, it's good you let go. Yuchu isn't right for you. Maybe consider me. Forget it. I don't even want Yuchu now. Why would I want you? I pointed at the door. See yourself out. Lu Xiaoman took a deep breath, but didn't get angry. Instead, she smiled. You're interesting. I'll come play with you more often. After that, she left too. I didn't clean the mess. I handled work first. After showering, I went to bed. Half asleep, I heard high heels. Back then, I loved Yuchu too much. Just from her heels, I knew she was back. From her messy steps, I knew how drunk she was. That's what loving someone deeply does. In the past, I would have gotten up to care for her. No, actually, I wouldn't even be in bed. I'd be waiting in the living room, making hangover soup and warm water for her feet. But now, I didn't want to care for her. I just wanted sleep. I was exhausted. Before, no matter how tired, I put her first. Now, if I'm sleepy, I sleep. Not long after, the bedroom door opened. But she didn't come in. I knew she stood there watching me. But I didn't move. I couldn't find a reason to get up. When I loved her, I accepted everything willingly. But when love was gone, even one extra step felt pointless. I don't know how long passed. I fell asleep. When I woke up, it was morning. I walked out and saw Yu-Chu on the sofa, staring at the bedroom. You're back. I greeted her with a smile. Her eyes came alive a little. Her voice softened too. Shisho, my hangover is awful. Hangovers can be dangerous. Should I call an ambulance? I said casually. Yu-Chu glared at me and said through her teeth. Shisho, don't push it. I gave you a way out. Why keep acting? Your so-called way out is asking me to serve you. Enough, Yu-Chu. What kind of way out is that? I'm not your slave. Maybe the old me was her slave. Because I loved her too much, I was willing to be one. But now, I didn't want that. After washing up, I grabbed my bag for work. Yu-Chu rushed to the door and grabbed my hand. Shisho. I really feel terrible. My stomach hurts, and I haven't eaten. That's why I said I'd call an ambulance. Or call Sul Yunyan. Didn't you say? He takes perfect care of you. You're still jealous, aren't you? Light returned to Yu-Chu's eyes. I shook my head and said seriously. I'm only giving advice. Then I pulled free and left. I had always taken work seriously. But because of Yu-Chu, I still slacked off too much. When I finally focused on work, time flew by. My days felt full too. Turns out, without Yu-Chu, life was peaceful. At noon, I went to the cafeteria. Scrolling on my phone, I saw Yu-Chu's post. A hand wearing a diamond ring. It was her hand, but not the ring I bought. I hadn't even given her mine yet. Her caption said the right person was always in front of me. Then I saw Sul Yunyan's post. His hand had a ring too. I knew I didn't love her anymore. But it still felt uncomfortable. But this was fine. If they stayed together, I'd be free. So it didn't affect me much. The old me would have gone crazy. I ignored it and kept working. That night, I worked late after landing a new project. When I left the company, it was past 9. Then I saw Yu-Chu's car outside the building. More exactly, my car. I bought it and let her use it. But she always said it was trouble. She never picked me up. But when Sul Yunyan needed her, she'd cross half the city. The driver's window rolled down. Yu-Chu looked at me. Get in. I'll take you home. Sul Yunyan waved from the passenger seat. Shisho, you're so busy. You must have no time for Yu-Chu. Don't worry. I'll keep her company. Then thank you. I nodded. Then I told Yu-Chu I haven't eaten. I'll grab something nearby. You two go ahead. Yu-Chu froze. Her face turned ugly. Sul Yunyan said you haven't eaten. Why didn't you say so? Yu-Chu and I just ate at a couple's hotel. They had a promo. Couples eat half price. Rooms are half price too. Then you should have booked one. A deal like that is rare. I smiled without caring and walked past their car. But Yu-Chu got out and grabbed me. How long will you act like this? I'm not acting. Really, I said calmly. You never cared much about me. But you know me. If I were truly angry, truly making a scene, would I be this calm? Yu-Chu froze. She asked in disbelief, then why aren't you angry? Why aren't you scolding me? No need. I answered naturally. Then crossed the street. There was a stall there with great grilled kidneys. Yu-Chu shouted after me, Shisho. I'm giving you one last chance. Come back now and we'll go home. If you don't, I'll go to that hotel with Sul Yunyan. Buy condoms outside. Hotels charge more. I nodded. No one stopped me. They drove away. Actually, I knew. Nothing happened between them. But her heart, I couldn't know anymore. Emotional or physical, I couldn't accept either. A green hat is still a green hat. Cheating is cheating. I went for grilled kidneys and ate happily. I had always liked food like this. But Yu-Chu didn't. So I said I didn't either. For her, even allergic to mangoes, I ate them until I got used to it. And what did I get? Someone who loves you, notices even the smallest thing. Someone who doesn't, can take your whole world and still call it trash. I finally saw it clearly, so I started loving myself. When I got home, Yu-Chu wasn't there. Maybe they really booked a room. Whatever, I didn't care. After showering, I played one game. Then handled more work. Work-life balance, right? Before, I never had time to play. Even when Yu-Chu ignored me, I still couldn't play. All my attention had to stay on her. She could ignore me, but I couldn't stop caring. Or she'd get angry. Now, this felt good. I ate what I wanted. Played what I wanted. So this was freedom. After finishing work, I went to sleep. That night, Yu-Chu didn't come back. But when I woke up, Sul Yunyan had sent many photos. Through a hotel's frosted bathroom mirror, I saw Yu-Chu's blurred figure. I had loved her for so long. So I recognized her at once. So they really booked a room. My chest still felt tight. 7 years wasn't nothing. But I accepted it calmly. I grabbed my bag and went to work. At lunch, I saw Yuchu in the cafeteria. I was sitting with a female colleague, chatting happily. Then she walked over. My colleague was pretty too. But beside Yuchu, she still looked dim. No choice, Yuchu was too beautiful. My colleague saw her cold face. So she left with her tray. Yuchu sat across from me. Face pale. Biting her lip, clearly panicked. I stayed at Xiaoman's yesterday. Yuchu said. I nodded, okay. You don't believe me, Sushisho, why don't you believe me? Why always suspect me? Yuchu got emotional. I took out my phone. But didn't show her the messages. I didn't want them fighting. I wanted them locked together. Shisho, Yuchu's eyes turned red. Tears fell. Don't be like this. I don't care. But Shisho. Su Liunyan and I did nothing. I kicked him out. Yuchu said. After seeing those photos, Yuchu's face went ashen. She grabbed my hand anxiously. I kicked him out after I showered. I didn't know he took photos. I told him to leave while I showered. I didn't know he stayed. From her face, I knew she wasn't lying. Because when she lied, she'd get angry first. And her eyes would wander. But I still pulled my hand away. And said calmly, it doesn't matter. Because I really don't care. Why don't you care? She panicked. Even her voice shook. You should care. Shisho, you love me so much. You hated seeing me with Su Liunyan. How can you not care? See. You always knew I hated it. You knew you crossed the line. But you still did it. Because you never cared. I shook my head. Now I'm just like you were. I don't care anymore. You can't not care. That's wrong. You should care. Her voice rose. People started looking over. I frowned. Stop making a scene. This is my workplace. I'm not, but you have to listen. She held my hand and wouldn't let go. Then talk at home. I don't want our breakup becoming office gossip. That's too embarrassing. Shan Yuchu finally nodded. She kept looking back as she left. After lunch, I forgot about it fast. Work was too busy. I worked late again, even later than yesterday. When I left, it was almost midnight. Then I saw Yuchu squatting outside. Hugging her knees, looking cold. Shisho, you're off work. She ran to me. And pulled me toward the car. Then she kept talking. I thought a lot today. I ignored you too much. I never even picked you up properly. From now on, I'll pick you up daily. She even opened the passenger door. I looked at Su Liunyan's usual seat. And felt sick. So I opened the back door and got in. Bosses sit in the back, safer. Yuchu forced a pale smile. I said nothing. I leaned back and closed my eyes. I was exhausted. But some things had to be clear. Or it would only get messy. So after she started driving, I said, Shan Yuchu. Let's stop dragging this out. It's time we talk. The car suddenly skidded. Then hit a streetlight. Luckily, she braked in time. It wasn't serious. The airbags didn't even open. Yuchu clenched her fists. Shisho. You must be tired. Go home and rest. I'll handle the accident. Shan Yuchu, you, please, Shisho, not now. Let's stop at home, okay. She cried hard, completely panicked. I sighed. Then got out and went home alone. About half an hour later, Yuchu came back. And she brought Su Liunyan. She quickly explained, Shisho. I didn't know who else to ask. So I asked him. He took photos while you showered. And even sent them to me. And you still asked him for help. Sitting on the sofa, I almost laughed, not because I cared. But because I truly couldn't understand what was in her head. Shisho, you're jealous. You still care about me, right? Shan Yuchu actually laughed. So this was what she believed. She brought Su Liunyan back, just to make me jealous. I had nothing to say. I didn't even want to talk, but Su Liunyan rushed in. Without a word, he kicked me. His foot hit my shoulder. And I fell off the sofa. He climbed on top of me. And started throwing punches. Su Shisho, are you even a man? There was a car accident, and you left Yuchu alone. Shisho, how could you hit him? Yuchu ran over and pushed me. I smiled when he hit me. Where were you? It's not like that. Shisho, I was afraid you'd hurt him. What if he reports you or goes to your company? Yuchu quickly explained. She didn't seem to be lying. But Su Liunyan rushed at me again. Su Shisho, you dare hit me. This is my house. Attack me again. And if I beat you to death, it's just excessive self-defense. I said coldly. Su Liunyan froze in fear. Then I looked at Yuchu. And said, why not kill him? Then testify for me. In the end, it's self-defense. What do you think? Yuchu froze completely. You can't bear it. I looked at her mockingly. Yuchu shook her head fast. No, Shisho. No, I just think there's no need. Besides, I'll cut him off for good. Then let's kill him. I continued. Yuchu actually hesitated. Even I was startled. She seemed to be considering it. Of course, I didn't mean it. I only wanted her to back off. I didn't expect this obsession. Su Yunyan got scared. He glared at us. Then ran away. In the room, only Yuchu and I remained. It was time to talk. I put down the ashtray, sat down and said, Shen Yuchu. Does your face hurt? Look, your eye is bruised. I'll put medicine on it. Yuchu changed the topic again. Her expression looked unstable. After that, we talked properly, right? I asked. She nodded. Then she leaned in to treat me. But suddenly, she held my face and kissed me hard. I pushed her away. I only felt disgust. Shen Yuchu, you kissed Su Yunyan. So when you kiss me now, it feels like eating trash. I said exactly what I felt. I thought her pride would explode. And she'd finally end it. But she cried instead. She hugged my neck tightly and said, It's not like that, Shisho. I didn't know he'd dropped the card. In the bedroom, he suggested that game. To make you jealous, I told you, that doesn't matter anymore. I pushed her away. I feel nothing for you now. Shen Yuchu, let's break up. I continued. I bought this apartment. My parents helped pay for it. I've paid the mortgage myself. So I can't give it to you. But I'll give you time to move. While you look, I'll stay elsewhere. Then what were our 7 years? She hugged my leg and refused to let go. Then what do you want? Money, fine. Half the house and car. I'll pay you in cash. I pulled my leg away. I don't want money. I want you. Sushisho, don't leave me. I'll die. She crawled after me, grabbing my leg and begging. I still left. I only took my laptop and tablet. Not even luggage. Nothing here was worth holding on to. People or things. None were worth missing, because this place only reminded me of how low I used to be. So humble, like a slave. I walked out of the building. I hadn't gone far when I heard Yuchu shout from above. Sushisho, come back or I'll jump. I'll die right in front of you. I won't let you leave, even if I die. You'll remember me forever. Yuchu's voice echoed through the night. I looked up and saw her on the balcony ledge, ready to fall any second. Suddenly, I remembered my old self. Isolated, bullied, drowning in depression. So many times, I wanted to jump. Then Yuchu appeared beside me. She sat in the sunset and said, high places are for views, not for ending your life. Sushisho, don't jump. I'll watch the view with you. She pulled me from one abyss, then dragged me into another. But back then, she did save me. Don't do anything stupid. Wait. I turned and went back. When I got home, she was still there. Night wind lifted her hair, brushing her tear-stained face. She really was beautiful, even crying. She looked fragile and broken. But I knew that beauty wasn't mine. I walked over and lit a cigarette. Leaning on the rail, I said, you once told me, high places are for views, not for endings. I'm giving that back to you. But Shisho, without you, what view is left? Yuchu broke down crying. Soon, sirens sounded. Her scene had made someone call the police, because I came back. She slowly calmed down. After mediation, the police left. Then Lu Xiaoman and Su Yunyan arrived too. Once the police were gone, Su Yunyan cursed at me. Sushisho, who do you think you are? What right do you have to hurt her? Get out. Yuchu looked at him coldly and said, back when we dated, I wouldn't let you touch me, so you dumped me. Now you're back to sleep with me, right? Listen, Su Yunyan, I just couldn't accept being dumped. So I enjoyed your attention. But my heart only had Shisho. Why are you doing this? You love me, Shen Yuchu. Su Shisho is just a simp. There's no way you love him. Su Yunyan roared, completely losing it. Lu Xiaoman suddenly spoke. Su Yunyan, look at the gap between you and him. Since school, you were just a pretty face who loved fun. And now, you're still drifting. She glanced at me and said, but Su Shisho, even wasting so much energy on Yuchu and not fully focused on work, his company still can't do without him. Young, with his own house and car. What can you compare with? Damn, was I that impressive? I had to rediscover myself. Before, I was too humble. I kept denying my worth. But now, I realized, once I stood firm. Not only did Yuchu change, even materialistic Lu Xiaoman looked at me differently. A man earns respect when he lives for himself. Of course, one thing matters too. A man can be carefree, but he can't be useless. Su Yunyan was furious, but still wouldn't accept it. He glared at Yuchu and said, I'll give you one last chance. Will you choose me? Or this useless loser? You're the disgusting one. Yuchu grabbed the ashtray and shouted. And other than me, no one else gets to insult my Su Shisho. Funny. Before, her friends scolded me, like I was beneath them. Su Yunyan was chased out, running off in shame. Then, Yuchu said coldly to Xiaoman, you leave too. Xiaoman didn't get angry. Before leaving, she told me, Su Shisho, call me anytime. I treat men better than Shen Yuchu. Get out. Yuchu yelled. Xiaoman left. I sighed, stood by the door, lit a cigarette and said, Let me go. Let yourself go too. You still want to break up? Yuchu broke down again. She ran to me, threw herself into my arms, and sobbed. Shisho, I know I was wrong all this time. I took your kindness for granted. I didn't treasure you. But when you stopped caring, do you know how scared I was? Shisho, without you, I'll really die. Yuchu held me tightly, refusing to let go. On the school rooftop. You saved me once. Just now, I saved you too. So we're even. So, Shen Yuchu, even if you want to die now, I won't turn back again. After that, I pushed her away. This time, I really left. And she didn't threaten death again. I was almost forgetting her. We hadn't met for over 10 days. I only thought of her today, because Lu Xiaoman sent me a very bold invite. She sent black Balenciaga stockings, sexy sleepwear, and a bunch of little toys. Otherwise, I wouldn't have thought of Yuchu. I ignored Xiaoman and focused on work. At the meeting, my boss said I'd get promoted. The process had started. So tonight, there was a celebration dinner. My colleagues wanted to celebrate. Coincidentally, at karaoke, we ran into Xiaoman. She was pretty, sexy, and fun. Everyone liked her. My colleagues were happy. So I didn't ruin the mood. I drank a few more glasses. My head felt dizzy. Then I was taken to a hotel. While I was sleeping, I felt someone kissing me. By instinct, I thought it was Yuchu. After all, I'd had no other woman. Shen Yuchu, stop messing around. It's me, Xiaoman. I heard Xiaoman's sweet voice. I quickly sat up. Then I saw Xiaoman, dressed extremely seductively, kneeling in front of me. I didn't know if she treated men better, but she sure knew how to tempt them. Just then, the hotel door opened. Yuchu walked in with a key card. I had no idea how she got it. She stared at us, then smiled. It's okay, Shisho. I'm not angry. I'm really not angry. You two can continue. Treat it as revenge for me and Su Liunyuan. I'll accept it just this once. Nothing happened between me and him anyway. But you and Xiaoman can. Just this one time, okay. Yuchu's eyes were full of tears. She even closed the door for us. It's not what you think. I didn't need to explain. But I truly didn't know why Xiaoman was in my room. Maybe after I got drunk. My colleagues thought we were together. So they brought us here. You're already like this, and still deny it. Yuchu cried as she spoke. Su Shisho, why do this to me? I know I was wrong. I shook my head and smiled bitterly. Maybe I should try things with Xiaoman. At least she's proactive. But you, every time after we were close, you look ready to brush your teeth. Every time we touched, you sighed. How much did you dislike me? No, that's not it. Yuchu pointed at Xiaoman. She taught me. She said if I acted cold, you try harder for me. Shisho, I just wanted you to love me more. Xiaoman didn't deny it. Instead, she smiled at Yuchu, like she was watching a fool. Still, she got up and put on her coat. I finally understand. A man like Su Shisho is only stupid once. You couldn't even keep him. So I can't either. Then she walked to the door and added. By the way, I liked Su Shisho long ago. I kept hoping you'd break up, so I could step in. Good men are rare now. I'm tired of playing too. I wanted an honest man to settle down with. Then she left. That night, I was badly drunk. I had no energy for anything. I slept all night. Yuchu cried all night. The next day, I went to work. I thought Yuchu wouldn't come again. But at noon, she came with many lunch boxes. She laid dishes in front of me. Then said gently, food outside isn't clean. I'll cook for you every day. I already quit my job. You earn, I'll take care of home. I glanced at the food. Then frowned. Shen Yuchu, you don't know I'm allergic to celery. And if I remember right, these dishes came from Su Liunyuan's old videos. You learned them for him, right? Now you cook them for me. Don't you find that ridiculous? Yuchu froze there, unable to speak. Then, under everyone's eyes, she knelt before me. She hugged my leg. Shisho, I was wrong. Please give me one chance. Someone as proud as her knelt before me in public. But people should never look back. I called security to take her away. All afternoon, my colleagues talked. My boss also called me in. I told him about these years. How I once loved her to the bone. My boss said, dirt in the bones becomes an infection. That made me laugh. After work, I left with colleagues. A crowd had gathered in the lobby. Everyone was whispering. Some were recording. I walked over and saw Yuchu kneeling in the lobby, holding a sign. It said, Su Shisho. I want to marry you. Bro Su, she's great. Don't be mad, she didn't really do anything. Yeah, bro Su, where else find a woman this pretty? My colleagues all persuaded me. I had no choice. I walked over. Let's talk at home. She quickly stood and fixed her dress. Then she happily held my arm and told everyone, please bless us. My name is Shen Yuchu. His name is Su Shisho. I'm his wife. She was pressuring me. But I didn't want a bigger scene. When we got home, the place was spotless. Clearly, she cleaned it daily. And photos of us were everywhere. But she used to hate couple photos. She even hated me using her photo as wallpaper. Yet her wallpaper was her Xiaoman and Seoul Union together. Actually, I knew. If she could, she'd use a photo with Seoul Union. Shisho, that ring that day. I bought it to propose. I shouldn't have asked him. But your fingers are about the same. So I asked him to help. Yuchu's hands trembled. She took out 2 ring boxes. She shook so hard the rings fell. She knelt to find them. After finding one, it rolled under the table. She nearly pressed herself to the floor, but pushed it farther away. Why? Yuchu burst into tears. Why, when I try to hold on, does it move farther away? Just like us. I sighed. I walked over and picked up the ring. Then tossed it onto the table. Shen Yuchu, you think I'd wear a ring he tried on? I asked. She lay there crying hard. Let's break up. I finally said it. My heart felt so light. This should have ended long ago. We should have let go long ago, but I can't lose you. You're my life. Yuchu cried uncontrollably. I said, don't make trouble at my company again. Or I'll change jobs. And don't see me again. As for me, maybe I couldn't love again. Another half-month passed. I never saw Yuchu again. I got promoted smoothly. I had my own office. And my own team. My boss valued me more. He said headhunters would come soon. But hoped I'd stay 5 more years. I agreed. My life entered a new stage. A confident person who follows no one, even if not everyone likes him, can at least like himself. I like myself now. I didn't have to please anyone. I didn't fear anyone leaving. I thought life would stay peaceful. Until I saw Yuchu again. She came to my celebration banquet, wearing a white wedding dress, beautiful enough to stop my breath. The smile on her face made her look like the happiest woman alive. I stood up, not knowing what to do. Shisho, don't feel pressured. I just want to see you. Look, you're in a suit. And I'm in a wedding dress. Can we take one photo? She raised one finger. Just one. Let me keep it. I don't want regret. Just one photo. Then I'll never bother you again. Okay, I walked over. Once more, I held her waist and asked a colleague to take it. She borrowed the phone, looking satisfied. Then set the photo as her wallpaper. Go eat, Shisho. I'm leaving now. She smiled. I nodded. Then turned to the table. Bro Su, someone suddenly screamed. I turned back sharply and saw her pull out a knife. Without hesitation, she cut her neck. I rushed over, but it was too late. I could only press the wound. But warm blood kept spilling through my fingers. She looked at me and smiled, raising a hand to my cheek. Shisho, I didn't lie. Without you, I'd die. You are my life. I'll wait for you next life. Next life, I won't let you suffer. She was gone. In her final moment, she was beautiful.